The story begins with some people trying to find someone in the forest. After some searching, they found this girl named Megumi unconscious on the ground. Some days ago, Megumi was dressed up, holding an umbrella. As she walked in the village, villagers questioned her why she was wearing these fancy clothes in the village. There's no fancy places here to visit wearing them. The girl ignored them and moved forward. Megumi always dreamed of going to a college in a big city after graduation and becoming an idol. Megumi hated this village, but there were two things that she liked. It was this fancy European building that was one day suddenly built in this village, and a guy named Yuki. Megumi secretly saw him while he was standing near the window of his house. Then, the scene shifts to a police car entering the village. It turned out that police officers were here because someone found dead bodies in this house. During questioning, the young monk revealed something shocking. He said that he just returned from the funeral of the person of this family. When he called the house to tell them about their dead member, no one picked up. So the young monk came here to find out what's happening. And when he arrived, he found all 3 family members dead. After checking the bodies, police revealed that one member died a natural death because of disease. But other 2 bodies have been decomposed beyond recognition. They assumed that they got attacked by wild wolves living in the forest near the house. A few hours after police officers left the village, the young monk called a doctor. The doctor checked the bodies and revealed that the woman died a natural death, but the other 2 are dead for some days now. This suggested that the woman was living with those 2 dead bodies for days before dying. Meanwhile, Megumi appeared in front of a post box, but for some reason she wasn't putting her letter inside. She was shaking a lot and in the end, she wasn't able to put it inside. At that moment, her friend named Kaori arrived at the scene. Because of her, Megumi didn't try again and started to walk toward school with her. While walking, Kaori mentioned that the young monk found 3 dead bodies. Megumi didn't care and said that this village is filled with old people, so it's only natural for some to die. Right then, a boy came running toward them, holding a newspaper. He also pointed out the same thing, that a young monk found 3 dead bodies. Megumi didn't bother to hear them and ran away. When she reached the bus stop, she was shocked to see Yuki standing there. She tried to talk to him, but he didn't bother to even look at her. Megumi assumed loudly that he didn't like her and started talking about random stuff. Right when she said that she can't wait to leave this village, Yuki turned around and looked at her. But immediately, he started aura farming again. Seeing that Yuki at least turned around, Megumi was really excited. That night, a redhead was trying to sleep in her house when suddenly, a light flashed at her. Right after, loud horn voices entered her ear. In the end, she headed outside to see what's going on. It turned out that a big truck with some cars behind it was standing in front of her house. Seeing her, the truck driver came out and apologized for bothering her at this hour. He told Redhead that they wanted to go to a village named Sotoba. But they can't find it and have been circling around on the same road for a while now. Hearing that, the girl revealed that they're already in Sotoba and pointed at the board under the traffic light, which clearly stated Sotoba. Seeing that, the driver apologized immediately. Noticing the expensive cars and big truck, the girl asked him if they're going to that European building. The man answered yes and also told her that they're from the Krishiki family. As the girl told them the route to that house, the man thanked her and headed his way. The next day, Megumi was standing in the middle of the road, looking at the European building with shining eyes. She started imagining fancy people living in the house. She imagined how they invited her to the house and called her their own daughter, giving her permission to come to this place whenever she wanted. She also saw a prince-like man in her dream. While she was really excited thinking about that, Kaori arrived at the scene. Immediately, Megumi's mood shifted as she heard Kaori's voice. Kaori was walking her dog, and when she got closer to Megumi, she mentioned that people finally moved in at this fancy building last night. Kaori told her that a family of 3 moved in here. A married couple with a daughter a little younger than them. Megumi asked her more, but Kaori couldn't tell her because she heard very little from the town people. Kaori said that they're strange people and she wasn't interested in them either. Megumi suddenly turned around and asked her why she called them weird. Kaori pointed out how they moved in late at night, and their house is weird too. Also, Kaori felt like this fancy house is not suited for this village, and how she would be depressed if she lived there. Hearing all that, Megumi just walked away. As she climbed the hill, she recalled in her mind that people of this village are really unfashioned. She hated that people laughed at her for wearing some fancy clothes. She thought that this fancy house isn't weird, but the people of this village are. Suddenly, she found herself standing in front of the fancy house. At that moment, she felt like someone was watching her. Megumi was shocked at first but then didn't care about it. She started walking toward the house in her model walk that she practiced. But she couldn't walk properly and fell down with a thud. Right then, the door of the house opened and a man walked out. That night, Megumi didn't come back home. So, her mom called Kaori's mom, asking her to ask Kaori about Megumi. Kaori was shocked and mentioned that Megumi climbed the hill, and then they parted ways. Without wasting a moment, some village people gathered together and went out to find Megumi in the mountain. After some searching, they found her unconscious on the ground. The villagers brought her back home and her parents called the doctor to check on her. After checking, the doctor revealed that she doesn't have any injuries and no fever. Her pulse was a little and her blood pressure was quite low. Suddenly, Megumi said that she was feeling sleepy and closed her eyes. Then, the scene shifts to a man who was talking to a girl. At that moment, Kaori was passing by that place when the man saw her and stopped her. The man pointed at the girl who he was talking to and said that she's Mrs. Kurashiki. Her name is Chizuru. Seeing her, Kaori blushed and just ran away. She went to Megumi's house and told her about Chizuru. She mentioned that she got embarrassed for having worn a t-shirt in front of her. Hearing that, Megumi said that she already knew it. Then, her eyes slowly closed and she saw a shadowy man chasing her. After some running, she reached a lady, who was a Chizuru. She grabbed Megumi's hand, then as she left, it just fell down. The next morning, Yuki received shocking news. Not only him, but Kaori received it as well. The news is that Megumi has died. Yuki didn't feel sad for her death, but he was happy that now he wouldn't have to close his window. Because previously, Megumi always came near his window to sneak at him. Now it's not the case. The next day, Yuki was running on the road when a dog came running and jumped at him. As it started licking him, a green-haired girl came running and grabbed it. She immediately leashed up the dog and started walking. It turned out that this girl named Rika and Yuki knew each other. So they walked together for a while and talked about some random stuff. Seeing them, the villagers started gossiping to each other that Rika and Yuki might be dating or this and that. Yuki hated it a lot, but he didn't say anything. He asked Rika if they should leave this village, but Rika refused, saying if she had wanted to leave the village, she would have left it already. She was staying here with her mother and sister, she can't leave them alone. At the same time, Kaori was in Megumi's room. As she was looking around, she found a letter that Megumi was previously trying to put in the mailbox. Kaori didn't read the letter, but she started crying, remembering that Megumi is now gone. Soon, Megumi's funeral was held and many people attended it. Yuki also appeared to give his condolences. Some time later, when Yuki left the building, he saw Kaori. Kaori was really happy that Yuki attended Megumi's funeral. She presented him Megumi's keepsake, the letter that Megumi wrote for Yuki. But Megumi didn't take it. He said he wasn't close to Megumi to store her keepsake. Kaori was stunned and didn't say anything further to Yuki. During Megumi's burial, Kaori ran to Megumi's parents, holding a gift. She said that she prepared this gift for Megumi and said that she couldn't give it to her in time. She asked them if she could place this gift inside her coffin. Before they could say anything, Kaori's mother grabbed her and told her to not bother them. Right then, young monk spoke up and told her that she should place it inside the coffin as it would make Megumi happy. The next day, the doctor was in his office when a nurse came inside and told him that a guy named Chichi just died. Right after his death report, another report came. An old woman named Fuki has also died. When the doctor visited Fuki's house, an old lady told him that yesterday, Fuji said that she was feeling sleepy and dazed. Hearing that, the doctor remembered that Megumi also said that she was feeling sleepy and died the next day, same as Fuki. The old lady continued, saying that she suggested that they should call a doctor, but Fuji refused. Even though she was in a daze, she said in a clear tone, "Do not call the doctor." After getting all the details from the old lady, the doctor went to his house and called a guy named Ishida. He asked Ishida to get the report of how many people died this month in this village. The night of August 22nd, Yuki was writing something in his diary when he noticed through his window that the bushes outside were moving as if someone's hiding behind them. Yuki didn't bother to check and closed the window. The next day, young monk called the doctor and was worried because 7 people have died in just 2 weeks. When the young monk asked the doctor the cause of Fuki's death, he answered kidney failure. The young monk didn't take that as a reason and asked the doctor to tell him the real reason. Then the doctor revealed that the cause of death for all people who died in the last 2 weeks is unknown. This shocked the young monk and he wondered if it could be an epidemic. The night of August 24th, Ishida came to meet young monk and the doctor to reveal the number of deaths. He reported that 10 people have died in August. Things were looking really bad and they suspected that it might be an epidemic. but it's just a suspicion. The doctor mentioned that everyone who died had a similar case. They first showed some minor symptoms like fatigue, and then their condition worsened in a few days until they eventually died. Then the doctor revealed that a girl named Nao came to his clinic yesterday. She was feeling really sleepy and fatigued, similar to what Megumi felt the day before her death. The doctor examined Nao thoroughly, and detailed result will be out in few days. In the end of their discussion, they decided to not make a fuss about this and first understand the real cause of the death. At the same time, Yuki was standing in front of the closed window and wondered why he started closing the window again. As he was about to open it, he felt like someone's watching him. Subscribe for the next part.